The Rock's looking for a corporate champion, and the Elimination Chamber is here. Take a seat at the table. Welcome everybody to episode 3 of the Announce Table, the Elimination Chamber 2025 edition of the show. I'm Mike DeSanto, the advocate and wrestling spokesperson for Cinco Squad, and welcome back to the show. It's going to be a little shorter this week. Only got a couple things to talk about, but two very important things that I want to talk about, including Elimination Chamber, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to kick off with The Rock. He made his return to SmackDown, announced that he wanted to name Cody Rhodes corporate champion, made him the offer. At Elimination Chamber, Cody will make his decision. Spoiler alert, I don't think Cody's going to say yes. I think they're going to keep him a face for now. So the question that everybody is coming to mind is, who's it going to be? Who will be The Rock's corporate champion? But I want to take a stab at who it shouldn't be, because I don't think it should be Cody, but there are three names that have popped up in discussions that I don't think it should be. So first, get it out of the way, Roman Reigns. I don't think it should be Roman. Some people have speculated that it could be Roman because, last year around WrestleMania time, they were unified. I don't think it should be Roman. Roman needs to stay and do his own thing. Plus, I like the idea of Roman eventually facing Rock with the idea of not only the head of the table, head of the family, Ulufala, all that on the line, but also Roman's issue with The Rock being, you didn't pick me. Now, a lot of people would say, obviously, the big dog and kind of a lone wolf mentality that Roman has, but I think Roman would take it as a slap in the face, being the head of the table, the supposed head of the family with the Ulufala, that Rock didn't want him in the first place. He wanted Cody in the first place, and then we'll probably choose somebody else, or somebody else will step up. So I think Roman Rock, with that added into it, would be a good thing. Second, John Cena. I've heard a lot of people say that during this last year run that John Cena should finally turn heel, as everybody used to ask for, and become the corporate champion, since he has long been the representation of the corporate side of WWE, making all the public appearances and Make-A-Wishes and stuff that are highlighted by the company. But at this point in his career, I just don't think a heel turn makes sense. We're having essentially a farewell tour for the guy over the next year or so. And so to turn him heel and try to make people not like him kind of goes against the whole thing that they're doing with saying goodbye to him the last time of him doing XYZ. So at this point, I know we wanted a heel turn, but it just doesn't make sense to have him do it now. Let's just give the man his flowers and have him stay a face and cheer for him during the year, things like that. Finally, one idea that I think is interesting, but I don't think makes a whole lot of sense, is Jacob Fatu. Yes, member of the family. He covers that. Badass. Like a superstar that is probably going to get pushed to the moon eventually. Probably this year. But the thing that it doesn't work with is Fatu's character. He's supposed to be this, branch of the family that we're not really supposed to deal with. I mean, you remember the Usos dealing with Solo, you brought him in. We agreed to stay away from him. Keep that, because he's supposed to be the Samoan werewolf. And would you really want a werewolf representing your company? No, you wouldn't. Despite the fact that he has the familial connection, despite the fact that he is a budding star that is going to get that push, it just doesn't make sense for his character, the way they're building him, and the way he built himself on the indies to be a corporate champion. Now, maybe Solo Sikoa, I guess that could work. I think Fatu and Solo are facing each other at WrestleMania. I think that's what we're building to in the future, so I think you keep those two away from it. I don't know who it should be, but those are the ones that it shouldn't be. Moving on to Elimination Chamber, I already said that Cody is not going to be accepting The Rock's offer to be the corporate champion. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to turn his back quite yet. I think eventually he'll be a heel, but not quite yet at this point. Not till probably after he loses the title. So, what do we have at Elimination Chamber besides that? So, we're going to start off with my match predictions with the women's tag match, because I feel like this is probably the easiest to predict. First, it's Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Okay, let me just quickly break this down. You have the women's champion and you have a WWE legend against Nia Jax, who, they push sometimes. It's very kind of intermittent pushes that Nia gets. And Candice LeRae, who is a very talented worker. I love Candice LeRae's work. I think she's great as a heel. I think she's great as a face if you put her with, Johnny and Tommaso when they're faces. But Candice is here to take the pin. They're not gonna have him pin Jax because they, like I said, they like to intermittently push her. But you're not gonna have a legend and the women's champion lose. So Tiffany and Trish get the win here. Candice takes the pin. It's pretty cut and dry. Next, we have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Always a good pairing to put together, whether they're a tag team or going up against each other. Now they're going against each other in an unsanctioned match. Now, I have gone on record in the past as saying that I don't believe that this is the last time they're going to face each other. I think this is a WrestleMania match as well. And that's why here I have KO getting the win. I think Owens gets the win here. He punishes Sami, and then we're going to give Sami probably another, Rocky type win like he had against Gunther last year at WrestleMania this year, where I feel like they're going to kind of mix his match with Gunther last year with, as far as feel, with the Usos brother versus brother match in Tribal Combat last year. As far as an emotional story to tell, this is always a great story to tell, but I think KO, being that they're building him up as this despondent heel that's just out to get everybody and hurt everybody, he's got to get the win here. Sammy's going to take a lot of punishment. They both are, but I think KO gets the win. Next, the women's Elimination Chamber match. Winner gets to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. We got Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, give Naomi a chance, and Roxanne Perez. This one is interesting because I think there's a case for everybody. There's a case for everybody to face Rhea, everybody to get the push. But here, I tend to agree with Big Mike and Lady Alpha over on Twitter. Shout out to you guys. In that Bianca Belair is going to win this match. And I think Bianca Belair is going to win this match specifically because she's going to turn on Naomi. We all can kind of see the signs that Bianca's the one that took out Jade. She's going to turn heel. She's going to be jealous. And it's interesting, they've turned the Street Profits heel as well. Perhaps we will see a union of them with husband Montez Ford, along with Angelo Dawkins. But I think Belair turns heel here. I think she turns on Naomi. She ends up getting the win. She's going to face Rhea at WrestleMania. It's a great match. You can't go wrong with a Rhea-Bianca match. And it's interesting because this time, Rhea is the face, Bianca's the heel. There's an interesting dynamic there. I'll be interested to see what Bliss does and if there's any Wyatt Six shenanigans during this match. That'll be interesting to see. Roxanne, I think, is going to have a very good performance. They seem to be turning her into like the Iron Woman of the roster as she gets ready probably to come to Raw or SmackDown in the near future. Liv obviously gets pushed a lot. Bayley is always a staple of these matches. She always does well. This is going to be a great match that I see Belair winning. Finally, we've got the Elimination Chamber, the men's side, where the winner faces the undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes, at WrestleMania, since we have Jey Uso and Gunther, like we should, because that's going to be a great match. We've got John Felix Anthony Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins. Again, cases for everybody except for, I would say, Logan. I don't think Logan should win this match, period. Like, I don't like Logan Paul in the main event picture, especially at WrestleMania, because he's not around enough. Yes, there are others that are, part-timers like a Roman Reigns. But the thing is like, Roman's character is meant to be a part-timer. Logan's really isn't, other than the fact that he is Logan Paul. So, I'm going to take a bit of a controversial pick here. I don't think it's too controversial. I think it's John Cena. John Cena is going to win the Elimination Chamber. I think, obviously, Punk and McIntyre get in each other's way. Logan probably has a near win and then loses. Damian Priest, I wish they'd push him a little more. I liked him as a champion. He deserved that world title, and I think he could deserve it again before he retires or leaves the company. And Seth, obviously, is also going to get involved with Punk here, so I think they all kind of take each other out. I really do think we're getting Punk, Roman, and Seth at Mania. I think that's kind of what the Rumble set up. So that leaves Mr. Cena. He's on borrowed time as far as his career goes. He's done in December, and we still have a 17th world title to win. So you can see where I'm kind of thinking this is going. John Cena wins. He faces Cody. And I'll say it now. He beats Cody. He's going to beat Cody for the 17th title. And I think it's going to be one of those mutual respect world title matches where Cody raises his hand and gives him a hug and things like that. And then maybe Cody turns heel. Because if anybody could benefit from turning heel on John Cena during his 17th title celebration, it might be Cody Rhodes. I think that would be interesting. So I'm excited for Elimination Chamber. I'm excited to see who the Rock's corporate champion is going to end up being. I'm excited for WrestleMania. We're driving lightning fast down the road. I can't believe we're already at Elimination Chamber, but I'm excited. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm in it. I love it. Oh, it's going to be so good. So, thank you for joining me, and check out our main show, Cinco Squad. Check us out on all our socials at Cinco Squad Pod 05. I will be live tweeting Elimination Chamber as well as future events. Check us out, like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you want to hear me talk about on here. Tell us what you want to hear us talk about and go through on the main show, Cinco Squad, Thursdays. Please, everybody check us out. We're having a bunch of fun time here. March Madness is coming up, and I'll see y'all next time.